A few things to keep in mind before we start off the numericals. This is sine inverse of x. This should not be confused with sine of x inverse of that. In fact, sine of x inverse of that is 1 by sine x. And the similar thing is applicable to other trigonometric functions. So let me explain this. This is sine inverse of, let's say, 0.5. This is not the same as sine of, say, 45 degree, the whole inverse. This is basically nothing but 1 by sine of 45. This difference you guys have to understand. Okay, next thing. Whenever no branch of a inverse trigonometric function is mentioned, we mean the principal value branches of the function. So we have to always keep this in mind, calculate for this. So basically, we have to get the answer in these terms. That's what they mean. Then the value of an inverse trigonometric function which lies in the range of principal branch is called as principal value of the inverse trigonometric function. What they mean is sine inverse of, say, 0.5 is 30 degree. This is a possibility. And along with this, we have many other possibilities. So we have, say, 180 minus 30, that would be 150. So sine of 150 is also half. So 150, that is also half. So such many possibilities are there. But this, because it lies within minus 90 to 90, it is called as principal value. That's what they mean. Similar stuff happens with all the other ratios as well. Okay. Here we are looking at sine of sine inverse of x. This will be equal to x. That is, if I take the sine inverse of x, this answer will get an angle, right? So basically, this would be sine of theta. When I solve this, in turn, I'll get x. So basically, I can directly write x as the answer. If I solve this aspect, say I get theta. So sine of theta is x. So let me explain with an example. That would make sense. So sine inverse of half. So here we'll write the principal value. So that would be 30 degree. And sine of 30 degrees again half. So instead of going through all of this process, so instead of writing this as 30 and then taking sine of 30, which is half again, I could have directly written this answer as half. Okay guys, so similar stuff happens with all the other trigonometric functions as well. So all of this is something that you guys have to keep in mind, and you have to copy this in your books.